So, tariffs imposed by President Donald J. Trump are imminently about to hit Europe this week, Wednesday to be specific, and a lot of people are very, how would you say, apprehensive about how this might look for Ireland going forward. Even a fool can see that there's going to be huge economic implications for Ireland, for the job market here, potentially for the economy. And can it weather the storm that's coming? Because it's not a case of if it's coming, it's a case of when it's coming. So, got a little series of clips here. We're going to hear from Simon Harris on Taoiseach. We're going to hear from Paschal Donohoe. We're going to hear from the Dublin public, what they think about what's going on. And it would seem to be there's only one or two outliers here that have their head in the sands with what is imminently about to hit Ireland economically. So the question is, can it weather this storm? Will it be lights out for many people, for jobs, for entire industries here? Or will it simply be a case of just buckling up, dealing with the turbulence and coming out the other side smelling of roses? So let's hear first of all what Harris has to say.
Enter a period of extraordinary economic turbulence, not just in Ireland, not just in Europe, but around the world.
Extraordinary economic turbulence. We're about to enter it. So whether you think it's going to happen or not, this guy knows it's going to happen. And even he can't deflect away from it. Ireland is about to enter a period of extraordinary economic turbulence. That could be translated into something else, but let's hear what else he says.
What I would say to people, though, is this. We are approaching this from a position of strength, a position where we've full employment in Ireland, where we've been running budget surpluses, where we've been setting aside money into rainy day funds. You remember Fine Gael used to get criticised for putting money into the rainy day funds. I think we'll be very glad that we've established that buffer now. And we're also, and I say this very respectfully to our colleagues in the United States, I think people are going to realise in time that the world's a lot more interdependent than perhaps President Trump suggests from time to time. Yes, there's a lot of companies that have located here in Ireland. Yes, we have benefited from that. But as I consistently say, they haven't come here for the weather. They're here because this is a good location in which to do business.
This guy needs to be silenced on the world stage. Okay, if he must be in government, keep him in a back room somewhere and keep his gob shut. So the person that's about to enforce these tariffs that, as he said himself, will make sure that Ireland goes through a period of extraordinary economic turbulence. He's also having a sideswipe saying, well, I hope Trump realises that the world does not revolve around him and that it is very interdependent. This is the man, remember, that called Trump an old girl when he was asked about what he thought about him after the last presidential election, and didn't even get an invite to the White House on St. Patrick's Day. Instead, he was relegated to walking the streets of New York in his dirty raincoat. So that is Simon Harris. So he's spinning it that we're coming from a period of strength. It's good employment. We've got lots of money set aside in the rainy day fund, so don't worry about it. We're going to be just fine. That's from the mouth of Simon Harris. Let's hear what Paschal has to say, the finance minister.
A complex and significant economic challenge that really does matter for Ireland.
A complex and significant economic challenge that really does matter for Ireland. Sorry for pausing just so quickly into these speeches, but notice they're both starting off the same way. They're both starting off by coming straight out with it. It's going to be brutal, is what it translates into, and then they go on to an extended spiel as to how it'll actually be okay because we're coming from a position of strength and we've got lots of money in the kitty and we'll be just fine. Notice the same rhetoric.
In addition to that, by working together, we can and we will find a way in which we will get our country, our economy and our people collectively through this. We have faced so many challenges over the last decade. I regret we're facing into one like this again, but we are. It's the world as it is, and we need to work together, and the government will, with the sector, with our economy overall, to deal with these issues insofar as we can. But we are, Fran, approaching this from a position of strength. We've public finances that are in surplus.
Singing off the same hymn sheet.
People at work in our country, and we have to use those qualities to help navigate our economy and our people through this.
Position of strength. We've got good employment. We've got money in the bank. You know, it's going to be bad. They're just parroting. They've been sat down and they've been told and coached what to say. And in fact, if anybody has any sense and anybody has any type of discernment, they're waving massive red flags here. And look at Simon Harris and look at Paschal and tell me, do you have any faith in these men to steer you through this period of turbulence? Well, we're now going to go onto the streets of Dublin. This was a report that was put up earlier today by a chap from Dublin Live. You'll see the little hashtag in his name at the end of this, so that's where this is taken from. But he just goes out and he speaks to some folks in Dublin about what they think will happen, and there's a very little amount of optimism out there, let me tell you.
Tariffs this coming Wednesday, which he has touted as Liberation Day for the American economy.
Yeah, I certainly am.
Why?
Just for the economy and people losing their jobs.
I am, yes.
Can I ask you why, sir?
Just I think it's going to have an impact on the economy.
Do you reckon he's teasing us?
I don't think so, no.
So you reckon he's going to be...
It's serious.
You reckon it's going to be really effective here in Ireland with the pharmaceutical trade?
I do believe, yes.
I would, yeah, because if it's going to affect jobs and employment, well, that's going to be a cost to us, and it's going to have a detrimental effect to the economy.
Do you think Ireland's been found out, though, for the tax hoarders?
That's yet to be found out, but it looks like we could be, yeah. Yeah, it looks like we've been getting away with it for a while now. I don't know how we got away with it, but now, you know, we're about to be found out, it looks like.
What's the solution to it?
Well, we're not in control, so it's up to external forces. You know, I don't know what the solution is, but...
We've been found out. We've been at it for too long. What's the solution? I don't know. We've been found out. It's up to external forces. What can we do about it? In other words, we're screwed.
Basically, we bought these jobs, so...
I am slightly, yes.
Why?
Because they'll make everything more expensive for Ireland, and it could mean big businesses that are in Ireland could go back to America because of the tariffs to Ireland.
No, I don't think so. Not at the minute.
No, I don't think so. No.
Right.
He's looking for
Following it on social media and on the news?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Bits and pieces here and there. You know, you get fed up listening to it after a while.
I'm not, no.
Why not?
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really know what the tariffs mean.
I'm not really concerned because I don't really know what the tariffs mean. This is the problem. And I don't mean it disrespectfully to this young man here, but ignorance or a lack of knowledge when it comes to what's happening in your own manor, on your own patch, on your own doorstep. So something huge is coming on Wednesday, and he's not really worried about it because he hasn't a clue what it actually means. Well, he's going to know.
Well, they're going to kind of put taxes up on like the pharmaceutical companies, 25% plus.
So what? That means it's more expensive to...
So what?
Like, for
I
America
like this honesty.
to get Irish stuff.
So what?
So yeah, then that's probably not good for Irish businesses.
And you're a student, obviously, if you go into the pharmaceutical trade going forward, you may not have a job.
Yeah, because, companies might go out of business.
The penny's dropping with this lad.
Yes.
Are you following it?
A little bit on social media.
Okay. Do you reckon it's going to be bad here for Ireland, or what do you reckon deep down?
I think it'll be bad for all over the world. Yeah.
Yes, I am. I think it's an appalling decision and smacks of nepotism.
Do you think he's pushing the boat out, though, to test the waters?
Yes, he seems to think that politics is like business, where everything is a deal, this for that, but he doesn't understand the concept.
Politics is like business. Yeah, politics is a business. The people that are in politics are in it to line their own pockets. They're out for themselves. They're out to make a buck, which is just like business. The problem is the people that are running Ireland, for example, in the Dáil, are not businessmen. They're not businessmen. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. At least Trump is a businessman. He knows how business works. He knows how to make a deal. He knows how to pressure people, love him or hate him. So politics very much is like business. The problem Ireland is they don't have any businessmen in the Dáil.
To leave a little in there for the other party?
Yes, of course I would.
Why?
Because it's going to affect jobs and everything else in Ireland.
Do you reckon he's just pushing the boat out?
No, I think he's an absolute asshole. God forgive me for cursing, but I do think he's that.
So I
think that, yes.
Who do you think this guy voted for? Is he a Kamala Harris voter, a Joe Biden voter, or is he a MAGA man? What do you think?
Himself financially to the rest of the world, or presenting America financially to the rest of the world. I think that he is setting us up for failure economically, and he is going to continue to increase prices across the country and make ourselves less available.
The disconnect that this man has is unreal, and he's an American. He's just came through 4 years of the Biden administration where the price of everything went up, inflation went up, the economy was left in tatters when Biden was wheeled out of the office with his ice cream dribbling down his miserable cretinous face. And now we have this guy saying, well, I think Trump's going to make the economy bad. He's going to tank the economy. Does he have no recollection of what the previous 4 years held?
Economically and financially to the rest of the world.
Now, as an American, what is your fellow Americans saying to you at this moment in time?
I think that a lot of them would agree with me. I think that we are at a crossroads politically
woke,
where
left-wing
we have
muppets.
a decision to make about our future. I mean, we did make a decision in November, but I think that there's more conversation to be had and where we're going to go for the foreseeable future.
Finally, do you regret the fact that he became president?
Yes.
Yeah, he regrets that he became president because he's not woke. He's not woke. And he doesn't deal with woke stuff, and he doesn't tolerate it, and he acknowledges that there are only two genders, and he doesn't want men and women's changing rooms or competing against them in sports or anything else like that. So there we have a cross-section of Dubliners taken today from Dublin Live. There we have the Taoiseach speaking. We have Paschal, the finance minister, speaking as well. What do you think? Is the you-know-what about to hit the fan for Ireland now, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Will we ride it out? Will it be ridden out like it was before, or is it going to be worse and are a lot of people going to get shaken? Some people are asking for a shaking to come and say, you know what, it's going to be worth the pain to shake people awake. Will it shake them awake? I don't know, but it doesn't seem like there's too much optimism out there on the streets of Dublin anyway. So leave me your thoughts, comments and opinions below. Tell me what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Share the content of the channel. Leave a comment. Join the channel. Support independent media. And for now, I'm Rick Munn. No risk, no reward. Over and out.